Hello, welcome back to Voice of Mzansi, the channel that brings you the news that hits home, raw, honest, and straight from the streets. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hang around till the end so you can see where the story came from and even go verify it for yourself. Now, let's get into what had Johannesburg on complete pause. Illegal foreigners staged a protest that literally brought the city to a standstill. We're talking blocked roads, traffic backed up for hours, and confusion everywhere. It wasn't just a small group, it was a major gathering that took over parts of the inner city, with many South Africans stunned and asking the same question: what is actually going on? It happened on Wednesday morning, just as Joburg residents were starting their day. Key roads leading into the CBD were suddenly swarmed by groups of foreign nationals, many of whom are believed to be undocumented. The protesters gathered near Park Station and slowly spread out into intersections like Sauer Street, Rissik, and even parts of Commissioner Street. According to eyewitnesses, the protesters were holding signs and chanting in different languages, demanding fair treatment, legalization opportunities, and access to services. Some even claimed they were tired of being targeted in raids and treated like criminals simply for trying to survive in South Africa. What started as a peaceful protest quickly turned into a full-blown traffic disaster. Taxis were stuck. Delivery vans couldn't move. Even some ambulances had to reroute because of the congestion. Police arrived not long after the protest began, but they were heavily outnumbered at first. Reinforcements had to be called in, including Metro Police and riot control units. The SAP says the protest was illegal because no permission had been granted, and the group didn't follow proper procedures. But despite that, the crowd didn't disperse easily. Officers used loud hailers to try and manage the situation calmly, but tensions were rising. There were some heated moments, with angry motorists shouting at protesters, and a few minor scuffles breaking out. One shop owner near Bree Street said, "I just opened the shop, and next thing I see is people shouting and walking right in front of my door. I had to close again because customers were too scared to come inside." Another resident said they missed their morning hospital appointment because taxis were turning back. "They're protesting for their issues, but now our lives are getting affected too. Where's the line?" Despite the drama, no serious injuries were reported, and the police eventually managed to move the crowd off the streets using a calm but firm approach. Several individuals were detained, and authorities are now working to identify whether some of those involved are in the country without legal documents. Home Affairs has since confirmed they are monitoring the situation and will follow legal processes regarding anyone found to be undocumented. Meanwhile, civil rights groups are calling for a balanced conversation. They say that while protests should be peaceful and legal, it's also important to understand the desperation many migrants are facing, especially those living in fear of deportation or unable to get proper documentation. Social media, of course, exploded. Some South Africans were outraged, saying the protest was disrespectful and disruptive. Others were sympathetic, saying the real problem lies with a broken immigration system and a government that isn't clear on how to handle these issues properly. One comment read, "You can't expect peace when people feel invisible. But blocking roads? That's not the way." All the images used in this video are for illustration purposes only and not linked to the actual people involved unless clearly stated. This report was based on confirmed statements from SAP's Gauteng, reports from Metro Police officers on duty, local media interviews with protesters and business owners, as well as Community Watch updates. You're welcome to go check those sources to verify everything for yourself. Thanks for watching Voice of Mzansi. If you haven't already, subscribe, share the video, and drop a comment with your thoughts. And look, next time you're stuck in traffic in Joburg, just know, it might not be load shedding or a broken robot, it could be politics walking in the middle of the road. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.